Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you don't know what that means, it's peace and blessings be upon you all. I hope you are all in the best state of iman and health, inshallah. And I'm going to do my best to keep this video under 10 minutes. And the topic I actually want to talk about is interracial relationships. So let me get started, inshallah. Okay, إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على آل محمد على آل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma oh no, not that one. Anyways, Assalamu alaikum again. So the reason why I wanted to discuss interracial relationships is it's kind of like a topic that's been popping up a lot within the Muslim community. And I'm going to tell you my position on this topic real quick. If you do not know me in real life, I come from two different backgrounds. My mother is Ethiopian, or to be more specific, she's Oromo. And my father is from Latin America. He's from El Salvador. So I am half Oromo and then half Hispanic. So right away when I get to this topic, I'm pretty biased when it comes to this because coming from multiple backgrounds, being mixed, I really love diversity. I love seeing Muslim couples that come from two different backgrounds, because mashallah, to me it's beautiful, and within the Muslim community it's kind of sometimes seen as a shame if couples do marry outside of their race. They have a very hard time because their family doesn't allow it, because the family wants to keep the culture, the family wants to keep the marriage and the lineage within a certain race, and that's fine, but to me there's more than just there's more out there for you than just your own race. And within Islam there is no restriction to who you are allowed to marry. Like inshallah, anyone is available for you to marry as long as they have like deen, as long as they have Islam. Like, we should be looking at character and personality. Character and personality more than we should be looking at, oh, this brother, yeah, he or this sister, they can pray 5 times a day. They have all these great qualities. Oh, but they're not Somali. Oh, but they're not Arab. Oh, they're not this. And then it just becomes like there's this saying that if a suitor comes for your daughter, that and if you refuse him even though he's the right candidate, that there's going to be corruption on earth. And I really do think that's what's happening today. Parents and people are just refusing suitors just for the fact of the color of their skin, or they're not seeing the culture. So within Islam, what does it say about interracial relationships? In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, all mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is most knowing and acquainted. And that's in Surah 49, verse 13. So basically, this verse is saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us from multiple ethnicities, multiple backgrounds, so we can get to know each other. And it's recommended basically to have friends and have social circles and to marry outside of your race. It's not a must, of course, but there's a reason why there's so many different types of human beings. It's so we can relate to each other and push past our differences and look at our similarities. So marrying outside of the race, it's not something that just happened today. During the Prophet ﷺ's time, it also happened. The Prophet himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he married different women outside of his race. Maria radiallahu anhu, she was a native Egyptian and she was Christian, but she converted to Islam after the marriage. And then Safiya radiallahu anhu, she was also Jewish and she was Israeli. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's the best of examples, and he's showing us that it's something that's recommended, something that's going to bring you closer to different people of different backgrounds. So yeah, alhamdulillah, it's not something that's bad. It's not something that's going to ruin your culture. It's not something that's going to ruin your family. If it's really important to you to have your culture kept alive, and you're concerned that if your daughter or son marries outside their race, this is going to happen, just make sure that your daughter or son knows the culture. They know what is important to you is important to them, and then they will in turn teach their children. Because for me, I know a little bit about my Oromo side. I know a little bit about my Hispanic side. It's not as much as I know about Oromo as I do about my Hispanic side, but that's mainly because I don't interact with my dad's side. But inshallah, if I get the chance to, I definitely will. I definitely want to learn Spanish. Definitely want to learn Oromo. I want to keep both of my roots and backgrounds alive within me, inshallah. So yeah, don't see it as it's going to ruin your culture or ruin whatever you have come to know. If it's important enough, they can teach it to your children. They can have both those backgrounds and cultures and teach it to their children and their grandchildren. If it's really important to you, you can make it important, even if it's from a different culture or background. Okay, so a couple examples of Sahaba and Sahabi that are married outside of the race. Ayman, I'm probably butchering her name. Really bad at like Arab sounding names. But anyways, her name was also Baraka. She was actually the adoptive mother, not the one that breastfed him. She used to be a slave, and when the Prophet ﷺ's mother died, she told Baraka, look after my son. So she stayed with the Prophet ﷺ throughout. She actually outlived him, and she married a man named Ubayd ibn Zayd, and he was of Arab lineage, so they had mixed children, mashallah. And then another man, well, this is not an example of something that happened. It was kind of more like a prevention that the Prophet ﷺ tried to overcome. His name was Zayd ibn Haritha. He was a very dark complexion, but he had Arab lineage. The Prophet ﷺ ordered Zainab bin Jahsh's family to marry to Zayd, but they were refusing because of his skin color, which is really sad. And then another man, his name was Said al-Aswad. The Prophet ﷺ asked a man, Amir bin Wahab, to marry Said to the Amir's daughter, and also they refused, again, because of his skin color. But the daughter overheard this, and she said no, and she's basically like, shame on you, father, and I don't know if she actually said that, but she said, no, I want to marry him for the sake of Allah. So, mashallah. But anyways, yeah, those are a few examples of race within Islam. Like I said, I'm biased because I'm mixed. I find diversity beautiful. I love learning about different cultures, different backgrounds. A lot of my friends aren't the same background as me, and I love it because I learn a lot from them. And again, also looking at the opposite point of view, I understand that people have preferences. Again, that's why I keep saying, like, this is my own point of view. I'm not saying it's wrong to marry the same culture, the same ethnicity, whatever makes you comfortable. I'm just saying, like, don't cancel other people out. Don't cancel other suitors out because they're not the same culture as you. And if your family is saying something about that, pray a lot, make istikhara, talk to other people, talk to sheikhs to get them to convince your family. If your family is really that concerned about marrying within your culture, if your family is important enough to you, I would say just stick to your own culture, your own ethnicity, whatever makes your family happy. But at the end of the day, your happiness matters as well. And all that matters is that you have a relationship, a marriage that's it's going to make you happy, and that this person, you know, is going to be the one for you. I'm also a strong believer of against divorce as well. So make sure this person is right for you before you even engage in the relationship and get too many deep feelings. So yeah, so again, it's a preference. It's preference. Everyone, you know, they like a certain. Some people might like blondes, some people might like redheads, some people like light skin, some people like dark skin. That doesn't necessarily make you racist. It's just what you find attractive, what you find appealing. But it just bothers me sometimes, like when some people they stick to their own race and they look down on other people for going outside of the race, or it's the opposite. People are like, oh, I can't marry within my race because all the people, they're just not good suitors for me because they're this race. Don't discredit your own race. Don't discredit other people's race. Inshallah, everyone has their own preference. Everyone finds what they find attractive. And it just concerns me that tribalism, nationalism, culture, it has become such a big concern within the Muslim community. And for me, inshallah, I want to be able to come over this, and that's why I say, alhamdulillah, that I am not only one culture and one background, because it just drives me crazy sometimes, people of one background becoming so attached to the culture that they forget deen. Whereas for me, since I've come from two different backgrounds, I don't feel connected to either. Islam is the only thing that I want to be able to teach my future children and be able to bring to other people. So that's why I sometimes, when a lot of people make a big deal about me being mixed, I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's really not. It just has made me less connected to my own cultures and made me more concerned with religion. And that's really what makes me happy, and whatever makes you happy, inshallah. So thank you again for listening. Please keep the Ummah in your prayer. There are 2 mosques that were bombed in Yemen, so inshallah, please keep those people in your prayers. And in Palestine, in Iraq, in Iran, all over the world, we have brothers and sisters, even people that are not Muslim, that are suffering and going through a lot. So whenever you make prayer, especially if you're fasting Mondays and Thursdays, remember them in your prayers, please. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for listening. Jazakallah khair. Let me know any ideas actually for videos, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you very much. Bye bye.